Good morning from the Humble City Cafe, Humble, Texas, for Hometown Friday.
And we are so happy to be here at this cafe where people have been showing up since 7 o'clock. It's a packed house. It's apparently the place to be on a Friday morning in Humble.
That's right, an eye toward the weekend and maybe a little television show going on in the hometown as well. We are glad to be here. Hometown Friday, always a fantastic time. Right?
It is. It's just a good chance to give you an idea of what all the smaller towns in our greater Houston area are all about. So today, we're going to show you everything from fun recreation, really interesting parks, new development in the area. We're going to go to the schools and see the band. That's going to get you fired up for your weekend.
But a lot happened to get to this point. So let's take a look a bit at the history of Humble. There's a lot of it. Jose Grignon documents that.
The world took notice in 1901 when Spindletop blew its lid in Beaumont and started gushing oil into the air. But just 3 years later, oil was discovered in Humble, and the town's name became permanently associated with a major oil company by the same name.
In 1904, they discovered oil in Humble. And after that, Humble hit an oil boom, exploded in size. 10,000 people were living here at that time.
But contrary to common thought, the city's name didn't come from having an oil boom. The name came to this area a few years after the Civil War ended, when Pleasant Humble moved to the area.
He was a Louisiana native that moved here after the Civil War. He lived here in this area for a while, and eventually he worked to open a U.S. post office here. They opened it in 1886, and the name of the town he put on the application was Humble, Texas, although the town didn't have a name at that point. So somehow he hijacked the town's name and it became his name. And it's just a little bit odd the way he pronounced his name. The H was silent, so he pronounced it as Humble.
Many have described Pleasant Humble as a wandering fisherman that moved to the area and bought some land. However, Mo counters by saying he was a businessman and a politician.
He was a Civil War veteran, bought some land here, operated a ferry that had been there for a while. He was elected as one of the Harris County Commissioners, so he had a say in most everything that the county did. So he's a pretty powerful guy. He was a self-taught lawyer, and after he stepped down from being a Harris County Commissioner, he went to the law business and eventually was elected as a Harris County Judge for Precinct 4.
Now, before Humble gave his name to the city, a number of families had settled in that area following Texas independence. Some worked the land as farmers, others worked in lumber mills, and when the railroad came through, commerce grew.
They built a railroad from Houston all the way up through the forests of East Texas and on into Louisiana. It was called the Houston East and West Texas Railway. And once that railroad went through, lumber mills started popping up along the train's right-of-way, because now they had a way to not only cut the lumber, but to get it on some transportation system fast. After that, this whole area just started exploding.
Another population explosion hit with the discovery of oil in Humble, but it didn't last long.
What happened is once they got those oil strikes, Humble Oil, which started buying up other companies, didn't stay here. They actually built a refining plant over in Baytown, so people started moving out to Baytown. The oil people came and went.
And when the oil dried up, farming and lumber supported this community through the 20s, 30s, 40s, and some rough financial times in the 50s. But in the 60s, this area got a financial boost when construction on the big airport got started.
The airport moved in, and the airports certainly helped commerce around the area grow. And it wasn't until the 60s that we really got probably the big boom for the airport that really brought more people out here and got people to stay here knowing there were big jobs around here they can still work at.
So that helped Humble stay humble.
Right, and keep going as it is today.
Jose Grignon, Fox 26 News.